So you want one of these, a Boston Marathon Finishers Medal? Well, in this video, I'm going to run through the process of what you need to do to get yourself on the start line, to get that 26.2 miles done, to get your Finishers Medal. I will go through the whole process with you, but keeping it very short and very simple, you need to run fast, very fast. But the Boston Marathon is one of the most prestigious marathons in the world. Every year, thousands of runners from all over the globe aspire to run the historic race, which has been held annually since 1897. Over the next few minutes, I will show you how you can get to the Boston Marathon, how you can get that qualifying time, and hopefully be able to guide you through the application process so that you could possibly be running the Boston Marathon 2024. Okay, before we dive into the application process, let's talk about the BQ, the Boston qualifying time. What is it and how do you get it? The Boston Marathon is a qualifying race, which means runners have to reach a certain time standard before they're even eligible to apply. Qualifying times are based on the runner's age and gender. And I'll put it on the screen now. Here are the qualifying times as they stood for the 2023 Boston Marathon. And as you can see for me, I'm in that 55 to 59 age bracket. So my qualifying time was 3:35 or under. So that's the first bit. Just look at your age and your gender and work out what your qualifying time is. That's the standard, the minimum standard you need to achieve to be able to get that application in. So you now know what time you're aiming for, what time you're aspiring for. But how do you run a race that qualifies for that? Well, basically, a qualifying race is any marathon that has been certified by your national or international running body. So here in the UK, if it is a marathon that's been certified by UK Athletics, then that will count as a qualifying race. So what you need to do is run that race, train hard, run the race, run for that time that you're aiming for, get the time or better, then make sure you keep the certificate at the end to prove that you did the race and to prove what time you did it in. Once you've identified your qualifying race, don't forget that it has to be a race within a specific period. So if you're thinking of entering the 2024 Boston Marathon, the qualifying window opened on the 1st of September 2022 and will close at the end of registration, which is normally round about the middle of September. So you have from the 1st of September last year until the middle of September this year, 23, to run that qualifying race. So as long as the race has been certified by your national body and it's within that period of the 1st of September 2022 to the middle of September when registration closes in September 23, then that will count as a qualifying race. So as long as you run a race within that time period, certified by your national body, and you run a qualifying time for your age and gender, you're ticking all the boxes to actually get your application in for the Boston Marathon. What happens next? Well, the application window opens, as I say, for just a week in September. Look out on the website for those details for 2024, but last year it was between the 12th and the 16th of September, so you just had that Monday to Friday to get the applications in, so you've got to be quick with this. It's like any other application form. You fill out your details, your name, your address, age, gender, and then you put on your qualifying details, what race you did, and upload your proof. They will ask for proof and then they will check the proof. They won't just take it that you've said this. You can't put that you ran a marathon using a Strava time. That doesn't count. It's actually got to be a certified race. So they will check this. Last year what they did was they asked for the qualifying times about a month before the application window opened, so they could actually certify all those times before actually processing applications. There is one little bugbear to all this. You might have got your qualifying time, you've got your application in, now they're all reviewed, and one thing you need to be aware of, it's not happened for the last 2 years, but it has happened previously, and that's when they get more applications than spaces available in the run. Okay, I'm going to put this chart up which will show you what's happened in previous years. In 2023, when I ran, anybody who got a qualifying time was accepted. 30,000 run places and 26,000 people ran. So yeah, everybody who applied got in. In 2022, post-COVID, again, Everybody who applied got in. There was no variance on the qualifying times. But if you go back further, look at these times. So not only do you have to run the qualifying time as laid out, but because the number of applications exceeded the number of places available for runners, the cut-off times were changed. So as you can see, there's some here where there's 7 minutes difference. So in my case, my time is 3 hours 35 minutes, but if I had to do it 7 minutes quicker, I'd have to run it in 3 hours 28. So if I ran it in 3:33, I wouldn't get in, even though I hit the qualifying time. So you've got to be aware of this. So when you are aiming for those targets, don't just think, yeah, I can get over it by a couple of seconds and I'll be fine. You could be. It could happen like it has for the last couple of years. But bear in mind that if so many people apply and they haven't got enough places for runners, they will start moving the goalpost slightly, and it can be, as I say, there's 7 minutes on there. They changed it. You had to beat your time by 7 minutes. So be aware of that. If you are going for a time, aim to beat that time and beat it by a good margin just to be on the safe side. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. But that basically is everything you need to know about getting yourself to the start line at Hopkinton to do those 26.2 miles back to Boston. It's all about the qualifying time. Go and have a look. See what your qualifying time is. Choose your race wisely. Do your best to beat it by a good margin so you have that margin of error. And then hopefully when September comes, you've ticked the boxes, get that application in, and you get that email to say, congratulations, you'll be running the 128th Boston Marathon. So as I say, it is a case of running fast, but it's not as flippant as I said at the beginning. So that's it. Thanks very much indeed for watching. If you want to know what the Boston Marathon is like, go and check out this video now. It's my race vlog from the 127th Boston Marathon on the 17th of April 2023.